Hi everyone, welcome to day 26 of our FCHS Fitness Challenge. Today we're going to hit kind of the muscle groups that we didn't do on Tuesday with that video, but we're going to follow that same format. So we're going to be doing 3 exercises back to back to back for 10 repetitions each, and we're trying to kind of ramp up that endurance, get a little bit of that cardio in with our piece. So we are going to limit the rest time. If you need a little more rest, feel free to pause the video and take it. Hopefully it'll be okay. We are going to jump around the body, so it won't be too taxing in any one area. You'll kind of get to rest one area while we work the other, hopefully. All right, but again, take it at your own pace. Do what feels good for you, what feels right for you. So all we need today, I have an exercise mat because we'll be lying on the floor for the first chunk of the video, and then we'll stand up towards the end. And I also have some dumbbells over there behind me in the back, all right? So feel free to grab some equipment if you need it, and we'll get started. All right, so I'm gonna start on my back here with my dumbbells. All right, I'm just got my feet flat on the floor. I'm gonna lie back, and we're gonna start with our chest press. So I have my dumbbells right at chest level. I'm just gonna push them up right above my chest, and we're gonna come back down. And we'll do that for 10. We got 2 more. We're gonna do 9. And last one. All right, and then we'll let that upper body rest. We'll go into our lower body. We're gonna do our glute bridges. So we're gonna plant those feet nice and strong against the floor. We're gonna lift the hips up and slowly lower back down. Okay, and we'll do those for 10. Make sure those knees are still staying straight. Those legs kind of want to spread out as we get tired. Make sure those legs are staying nice and straight. We're gonna do 2 more. Really feel that work in the glutes. Okay, we're gonna lower down. The feet are gonna come up to our tabletop position, and we're gonna do our toe taps. So we're just gonna tap those feet down on the mat and bring them back up, work that lower core. You can always try to bring the feet a little further away from you for some added effort, but make sure that low back stays firmly planted. Okay, if it starts lifting, bring those feet in. We got 1 more. All right, put those feet back on the floor. Grab those weights if you have them. Going right back into our chest presses for 10. Remember to breathe. We got 2 more here. All right, you can put those down, and we'll come up and start our glute bridges. So nice and strong throughout here. Okay, nice and slow. Okay, you can have the hands right beside you. I usually keep them up here. I don't know why. Guess it helps me keep my hips in line. You can leave them like this. We're gonna go for 1 more. And then we're going right back into those toe taps. So lower that back down, bring the feet up, and just tap those heels to the floor. Or sorry, the toes to the floor, not the heels. Got 3 more. Last one. Oh, those are hard. Shake it out if you need to. Right, let the legs kind of flop a little bit. We're gonna get right into our next 3 exercises here. So we're gonna do a very similar exercise to our chest press, except now we're gonna have the weights really close together. We're gonna have them touching like this, okay? And they're gonna be right at our chest. And we're gonna push those weights up towards the ceiling. And that'll get some work in the chest, but also a little bit more on those triceps, the back of the arm. So this can be another way to work that muscle group. If the overhead version hurts your shoulders, the kickback version hurts your low back, this is a nice way to get that muscle group in without having some issues in some other areas. And you get a little bonus chest work, right? You guys might not like that tomorrow, but for today. 1 more here. And we'll lower the weights down. Put them so they're out of the way. We're gonna come up on our side here. And we're just gonna bend those knees a little bit, okay? And I have my feet lined up right on top of each other. Make sure that hip is pointed forward. We're gonna bring this leg up. This is called the clamshell. So we're gonna work that outer part of that glute muscle again, right? That outer thigh a little bit. Make sure that that hip stays pointed more towards your video here than towards the back. All right, you'll definitely feel it a little bit more when that positioning is right. You'll know right away. Right, let's do 1 more here. And then we'll switch sides. All right. This is an exercise that could be really good to do with resistance bands as it gets a little bit easier and you need a little extra challenge to get that benefit from it. Okay. Sometimes I'll throw this one in when I'm doing some hip mobility too. All right. Especially if I'm not going to use weight. It can be a nice way to just open up in here, open up that back of my hips. Whew. We're on 6. I wish we were on 10. All right, we got 1 more here. And then we're gonna lay back down. And we'll do that one over again. All right. So we're just gonna keep moving, right? So put those weights back right at the chest. Push them up overhead, staying in line. All right, make sure they don't creep up towards the shoulders. We want to keep them, the weights over the chest the whole time. All right. Keep breathing. Right. We'll do 1 more. And then I forgot our ab exercise. So we're gonna do our ab exercise now and then again after our clamshells to get it in. So we're gonna stay in this lying down position, all right? And we're just gonna bring those knees in towards the chest. So this is a reverse crunch, a little bit similar to that toe tap. We'll work the same area, all right? You might need those hands or those thumbs underneath the low back. Let's do 2 more. And 10. All right. Now we'll come up on our side. We'll do our clamshells again, and then we'll go back into our reverse crunches. That's why I like workouts like this. If you miss one thing, you can always tag it on at the end. All right. Bring that hip forward, make sure those feet are right on top of each other, and then lift this top leg, wherever your range of motion is, all right? Don't have to get it all the way up like this. You wanna leave that foot propped on the other one. You don't want it to come off the bottom foot, okay? So wherever that range of motion is where you're gonna be. Maybe it's a little bit better this round. Let's do one more. I think I lost count there. It's hard for me to count and talk at the same time. All right, get up on that other hip. Make sure those feet are stacked. Point that top hip a little forward here and bring that top leg up. Like a clam. Three more. You try to slow down that pace. I'm kind of cheating. I should be going a lot slower than I am. Let's do one more. All right, we're gonna lay back down. Last floor exercise here. All right, we're just gonna bring those knees in towards the chest and lower them back down. Lower the feet back down. If you find this exercise fairly easy, you want a better challenge, you can keep the legs straight, but make sure that low back isn't doing the work, okay? That core should be doing all the work. If you feel a strain in the low back, bring those knees back in, okay? Let's go for two more. All right, and then we're gonna come up nice and slow. And we're gonna do a couple standing exercises here. And this is where some balance work will come in. So make sure you have a chair or a wall, something handy. Right, we're gonna start with a shoulder press though. We're gonna do shoulder press, then we'll do some squats, and then we'll do a fancy core exercise that everyone's gonna love. All right, famous last words, right? Okay, we're gonna start with the weights up at shoulder level. The palms will face in towards you. We're gonna bring those arms out like our cactus arms. We're gonna bring them up overhead. Then we're gonna come down back into that cactus arms and back into that palms facing you, okay? So you're gonna go out, over, down, and in. Out, over, down, in. That's 3. Out, over, down, in. Okay, this is 5. Keep that core strong. We're on 8. We're gonna try for 2 more, but take a break if you need to. This gets the whole shoulder joint, so it can be very challenging. All right, bring those arms down. We're gonna go into our squats. So if you like to use the chair to have an assisted squat, you're more than welcome to. If you wanna add some weight, you can also do that too. If you're feeling good with your squats, you wanna make them a little harder, you can have the weights just up around the shoulders, wherever they're comfortable. You're not gonna lift the weights, they're just adding a little extra weight for you, okay? Have those feet about hip width apart. You're gonna hinge back like you're sitting in a chair that's just a little too far from you. And we're gonna come back up. Okay. Maybe a little, if you're using the weight version, it might be a little harder to keep your balance now because you have those hands up instead of catching you. Right, so really grab through those feet, push through those heels. Your toes might be pointed a little out. Some people keep them straight. It's really a matter of what feels good for you and your own anatomy. All right. Just make sure that that back is straight. It's not bent. Let's go for one more. All right, now we're gonna put these weights down. We're gonna balance on one leg here. We're gonna bring the right knee up, hold it with that core. All right, We're just gonna see kind of how long we can last up here. Gonna try from around to where I count to 30 as I talk to you. We're just gonna see how that feels. Use that core. That core should be lifting the leg. All right, let's bring this down. Same thing on the other side. Lift that left leg with the stomach, with those core muscles. The quad, you'll feel stuff in your quad in that top leg, top of your leg. But the work is coming from here. We're almost there. And put the leg down. And we got one more time. Almost there. Bring those weights back up, right at the shoulder level. We're gonna go out again, over again, down again, in again. 9 more. All right. You can always go at your own pace. Try to go nice and slow. I know it's human nature when we don't want to be doing this to kind of speed through it. All right, but really focus on that muscle activation. Think about all those muscles getting stronger. We're going to do 4 more here. We got 1 more. We're going to come down. Let those hands take a bit of a break if you're going to use them for your squats. All right, get those feet in position, about hip width apart. If you're using your weights, bring those up to your shoulders. And we're going to squat down and back up. If you're using the chair, you don't have to get as deep a range of motion. Mine's actually really not that deep, right? Ideally, we want those thighs parallel to the floor. But if we can't get that, that's okay. All right, we're still going to strengthen a lot of muscles just by doing little bit. So you have to do what works best for you. And we just focus on improving that range of motion little by little. Let's go for 1 more. Ooh, that's our cardio. All right, you can get rid of your weights because the only thing we have left is our balance. All right, so ground on that left foot. Bring that right one up and hold it. Might be challenging after those squats. All right, you can bring that foot down. Ooh, shake it out. Get that one firmly planted on the floor. We'll bring the left one up now. The last 30 seconds, give or take. All right, lower that foot down. Make sure you stretch. All right, we want to stretch those chest muscles, that back of the arm, the legs. Right, make sure you get that in, do a good cool down. All right, but if you want to do another round of those 3 circuits, feel free as well. I know this is still about a 20-minute video, but sometimes you want to get a little extra in. Since it's a nice quick-paced workout, it can be a little easier to fit a little more in with the time that you have available. So do what works best for you. If you're done for the day, cool down. If you're feeling good, do it again, all right? And I will see you all again tomorrow. We got 2 more videos. It's coming towards the end, it's so sad. All right, have a great day.